guys like this shit? I washed my hair. Isn't that awesome? I washed my hair so that Brittany could braid it. She's gonna braid it like cornrow style. So hopefully I can handle that shit. She's really good at hair though. That's what she originally wanted to do. And then she just ended up working in stage shape. The thing is though, she could do that on the side and get paid to do that. She doesn't need to go to school to do that. Nobody needs to go to school to do anything. I guess it makes you more credible, you know, have a degree that you can show off, but, you know, why? Like, I hate everything about society, man. I think that America is the epitome of this assimilation that I've been bitching about incessantly, because we really believe that we have to do things a certain way in order to be taken seriously. You know, you have to go to school. You have to go to school in order to have people think that you're really doing what you say you're doing. You know? You have to get married. You have to get married in order to prove that you really love that person. I think it's the opposite. I think you have to get married to prove how much you hate that person. I mean, I like the idea of marriage. I think the idea of marriage is such a beautiful thing. And it's unfortunate that it's been completely ruined by married people. Speaking of married people, I just talked to my parents. And I'm so grateful that they're still in my life, even though they don't understand me at all. I'm grateful that they still ask me how I'm doing, and they're still supportive in any way that they can possibly be supportive. I think the reason why they've done all the stuff for me that they have is because they know on some level, they have the awareness of the fact that they can't support me the way that I want to be supported, you know? Because everybody wants their family to understand them. But very rarely does family understand us, you know? I've been the black sheep for as long as I can remember. And it's fairly difficult being the black sheep and going to public school at the same time, you know? That's fairly difficult. And luckily I have Fiona Apple though. So every single time that I would be ostracized in public school, only to go home and feel ostracized. You know, at least my parents weren't beating the shit out of me or raping me and molesting me and shit like that. I was always cognizant of that. But because I felt so misunderstood, it was like, Fiona was all I had. Fiona, Tupac, Michael Jackson, you know, those are my friends. And of course I have my stuffed animals that I talk to and all the stuff that I had that I talk to. Everything's my friend, that's how I look at it. People are so ugly to everyone. They're so ugly. It's like, look at the way that they treat the environment. Look at the way that they treat something that they don't want anymore. Like, I see this all the time in my workplace. That's why I clean up trash outside the building. Because people, like, say they have a straw and they unwrap the straw and they take out of the package or whatever the fuck, and then they just disregard it. They fucking throw it outside. They throw it out their window. This is what I'm talking about. People have no respect for anything. They know that shit's supposed to go in the trash, but they don't put it in the trash. They expect somebody else to clean up after them, or they think, hey, this is fine that I just throw this out my window, you know? It's that kind of disregard for the environment and that kind of disregard for, like, nature in general, you know? That's not the way to behave, man. But, like, it's just little shit like that. That's what makes this world a terrible place. If people just looked at everything like, oh, this is my friend. This is my friend. I should treat my friend with respect, even if it's not like a human being. I know that sounds kind of cheeseoid, you know, hippied out and shit, but you know what's wrong with that? If it's cheeseoid and hippied out for a positive reason, then you know, just trying to make this world a little bit better. Just any way that I possibly can. You know, Ronnit has a saying. It's my Jew. She said, "No, I'm her Jew. I'm her Jew. I'm nobody else's Jew. I'm her Jew." She said, "Try to always make things better than the way they were, like when you got there. Trying to make it better than it was, like whenever you leave. It's got to be better than it was when you got there." That's cool. See, that's why she's my friend. She understands the way that I think, and I understand the way that she thinks. But it's unfortunate that so many people be like, "That's stupid. That's silly. You empathetic loser.